They were checking out some basic footwork moves that any Taekwondo martial artist should know. Now, let's get started. They were checking out some basic footwork moves that any Taekwondo martial artist should know and should use, especially in Olympic sparring. Let's go. First few moves any Taekwondo martial artist should know and should use are the slides and the steps, okay? Pretty easy concept. While you are in guarding stance, you want to be able to slide, even if you have to slide in or slide out. These are the most basic moves that you gotta use while you spar. One beginner mistake that you see a lot is someone kicks and they end up facing forward and they're pretty flat-footed and they don't really move from here. They try to move while they walk backwards. In order to eliminate that, replace it with the slides or the steps. So for example, from a guarding stance here, if the distance is too long, you can slide in, counterattack from there. You can also slide out if they kick. So if they attack you, that's how you want to move. You slide and you move around. Step, the second move was the step. Very easy concept. If I'm here, I can step forward, I can step back, okay? The idea of this is like any other regular step, the other foot goes in front and you land in a guarding stance. That would be the only difference if you compare it with walking steps, right? So from here, I still step, but my landing, it's always a guarding stance, and it can be used with the same concepts. If they attack you, you can step and you can slide, so you can use both of them. If you need to step in, or if you can fake a lot with this type of step, this is always a great fake, like you step in the range, they kick, and you counter from there, or anything like that. You step in the range and counter on the close side. It can work in multiple ways. What you want to focus on, if you just started your sparring journey, is to actually use them, to actually always find yourself in guarding stance, not in any type of facing forward position squared up, because in Taekwondo you can get kicked pretty fast, and this makes you very, very flat-footed and very slow. You're going to move way slower in that position than in a guarding stance where you can use your feet. Another thing that you want to look at while you slide, I want to mention it, is moving both feet in the same time. So if I'm here, it's like a quick leap forward, quick leap back, quick forward, quick back, okay? You don't want to drag your feet. This or this. This could also be considered a different type of footwork move where it's a double step. We're not going to get into that right now. That one is not very used, and you would rather just do the slides, in my opinion. So, one way to practice this, if you have no sparring partner, you can just do it by yourself with a mirror. You look at yourself and see if the feet move in the same time, if the angles are right, and you pretty much like shadow sparring, but you only focus on the footwork. If you do have a partner, it's really fun to actually play the mirror game where we are both in a guarding stance, and if I'm the leader in this mirror game, that means she always has to mirror me. If I slide, she slides back. If I slide back, she slides forward. If I step, she steps. If I step, she steps. So pretty much the same, and next you kind of try to combine them and mix them up in order to surprise each other. That one is a pretty fun way to practice your footwork. Second move any beginner or any Taekwondo martial artist should know is the angle slide. And I mentioned this separately from the regular slide because it involves you taking an angle and it's not really moving linear, right? So if you use just slides and steps in the same angle, that involves you moving linear in the same line. In order to cross the line, to get out of line, which is something that you're always going to need, because if you'd only move linear, the competition area is going to end at some point. So what they need to do before that happens, take angles and circle around and try to keep the middle of the ring all the time. How do you do that? Is while they press you, you are just going to moving angles. You're gonna slide or step, okay? So the same way, if I do slide, that means I land with the same foot in front, okay? If I step, I could land with the other one. So if I step in angle, I can switch my feet while I step, all right? Very important in avoiding kicks again, and in actually keeping the middle of the ring. You have to be able to move linear, but also you have to be able to take angles. So use the angle slide or the angle step. They both work. The last move everyone should know, it's the draw, and probably you saw it a lot. It's always good to do it and good to have it as part of your game, all right? So the draw involves you getting in their range and getting out of their range, which means mostly the front leg steps in, all right? What can happen on this, and one of my favorite ways to do it is to step in, have them kick. In this situation, I would like her to kick with the back leg. So let's say if I see someone kicking with the back leg a lot, right, and I'm in open stance here, I draw them in, and next I want to go to the axe kick after, okay? So if I'm here, I draw, she goes for it, and then I just get after it, okay? You can do the same with any type of kick. If she goes front leg, we can draw in and just back on counterattack right after. This would be a move that you use a lot when the opponent is not doing much, when they kind of wait for you. Maybe they're really good on counterattacking, so you always want to draw them in, draw them in. Try this, and then you continue after with any type of kick that works in that specific situation. If you have any other moves that can be used at beginner level, let us know in the comments. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next episode. W1 out.